We're here at Universal Orlando and we're gonna take you on our ride of conquering all the coasters here, ranked by their total fear factor. Let's go. Tall people, I am sorry, you're gonna have to sit out our least scary ride here. It is the Flight of the Hippogriff. It is a lot of fun, but it's a kiddie coaster. My poor husband is 6'4", he does not fit on it.
I've done it once. It was fun.
Until it was time to get off.
Almost didn't think I could get out. So it is enjoyable. I would say it's maybe a half level above your typical kiddie coaster, but it is very fun. But it is significantly lower than anything else we're going to put on the list.
Yeah, it has speed, but that's about it. The drops aren't insane. You go around some curves, but you're not going to see anything backwards, upside down, or anything near that. So it's really fun to start out with if you are terrified, but I would say if you're over 6 feet, you don't want to risk it on this one. Coming in at number 2, we are in Diagon Alley at Gringotts Bank. This is a big jump from number 1. It's going to be much more thrilling, and it does feature 4D features with glasses. So be prepared if you get motion sickness. That might be something that comes into play here.
This one is really, really fun, but it does typically get pretty busy. As a coaster, it's not super scary, more so the motion sickness thing. There's other indoor coasters that come later that are scarier than this one. It's a pretty decent one to start your day, especially coming off of a kiddie coaster.
Number 3 on our list is going to be our favorite, the Mummy. We love this ride, and it's a great opportunity to introduce you into backwards parts of the roller coasters without being too intense.
This is one that we do probably every single time that we come to Universal because it gets you used to some of the scarier elements, like she said, but it's inside. So visually, if you're like terrified of big drops that are outside, it's not nearly as big of a deal because you're just enclosed.
Next up on our list is Tucker's original favorite ride.
100%.
Harry Potter and the Forbidden Journey. Now this one, some might argue, is not a coaster. However, it is on a track.
We're gonna count it as one. It's a thrill ride. We're gonna count it as a coaster.
It introduces you to the upside down factor of many coasters, so I think this is a great one to include. However, it does include some screens, but do keep that in mind. So you might not be able to tell where we are, but if you've been to Universal, you know it's almost impossible to just stand in front of this ride. We're talking about Hagrid's Motorbike Adventure. Now this is easily our favorite ride at Universal. We absolutely love it. It is thrilling. You're gonna have drops and backwards momentum that you have not experienced yet on our list.
So this is a big jump in terms of thrills, but if you gave me one ride to ride in the entire state between any park, it's this ride. This is absolutely my favorite. It's so well themed. It's a perfect mix of like thrills with theming. It really is, I think, the best ride in the entire state.
Next up on our list, we have this monster of a coaster. And I don't say that lightly. This is the Incredible Hulk. This is an intense roller coaster. You want to bring your Advil for this because it will shake you around and you might leave with a headache. I know I always do, but you have a fast launch, plenty of loops, and high speed.
The biggest thing with this one is definitely the loops. I'm not a big loops guy. Not that they're terrifying, it's just, it kind of makes my head hurt. On this one in particular, I've been a little dehydrated and I've started to go a little bit dark. I wouldn't let that scare you. It's not as visually scary as some of the other stuff we're going to talk about later, but it's definitely one of the scarier coasters that they have here at Universal.
And our number 2 coaster can be found on the Universal Studios side. It is Rip Ride Rocket. We had to get creative with the angle here because, as you can see, it is a tall coaster with lots of upside downs, lots of loops, and it is fast.
So I used to be like terrified of this coaster because visually it's really scary when you're up there. Like you're outside where it cranks you up to the top and then there's some loops and stuff like that. But the music element of it, where you get to pick your song, there's secret songs you can pick, and you just yell those enough and it's fine. It's definitely one of the scariest coasters that they have here. Not the scariest, but especially if you don't like outdoor roller coasters, it's very, very scary.
And here we are at number 1 over at Islands of Adventure. We have Jurassic World VelociCoaster. This ride is intense. It's upside down. I swear half the time it is fast. It has 2 speeding launches. The top hat is insane. I read once that it could go backwards. I never have thought otherwise since then. It's terrifying. I love roller coasters. I always have. This one still gets me every time, but I swear it's worth it. It is smooth, it is comfortable. You don't leave with a headache. You're gonna have a blast.
This is the scariest ride in the entire state, but it's also one of the best. Like she said, it's smooth, your head's not gonna hurt afterwards. If you can do everything else on the list, you can reasonably do this, but it's definitely a significant jump, even over Rip Ride, even over Hagrid's. It's a level above those, but if you had fun on the other ones, you have to give this one a chance. Chances are you're gonna like it.
We hope that you guys find this list to be helpful, and let us know below if this helps you conquer your fear of the coasters. See you next time at Universal. Bye!